So today's the day. You've been thinking about it, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to start, but you've really been thinking about possibly opening yourself up that Etsy shop. Now again, Etsy isn't for everybody. Some people do their best on Instagram, some people do their best on Facebook, some people do their best on Shopify. It's not for everybody. But for those people who do want to give it a try, I'm here to kind of show you that today. You may be feeling anxious, you may be feeling a little scared, and that's okay because you're putting yourself out there and it's kind of a scary thing. But if I can do it, I know that you can do it too. Opening an Etsy shop is extremely easy, and I'm gonna kind of show you how I did it. Now, this was for my glitter shop that I opened up, but then I'm gonna come back through and I'm gonna show you the tags and stuff that I do in my shop to kind of help for when people find your, tumblers and stuff like that. So I'm gonna make sure that I come back through and we kind of sweep through all the little extra fine details. Now I have some videos already out there, how to prepare for the holidays, which I'll put a little taggy thing if you wanna check that out. But that kind of goes in more detail about SEOs and how, to keep continuing building your business. And then I also have another one where I did actually go through Etsy and kind of show what I'm going to be showing you guys today. But I already had a couple videos out there already, but this, I wanted to compile it into one video so that you guys can find it and get your shop going. So first off, let's start up going into Etsy and putting in your name and getting that shop started, and then we'll kind of go from there. Also, before I start, I just want to remind you guys, I don't work for Etsy. I don't make any money from telling you guys these things. I have just been selling on there for so long, and I've had a lot of success on there, and I'm just trying to help you guys succeed as well. So I'm actually gonna have Jeff kind of take over. So I'm gonna have Jeff kind of take over, and he's gonna explain the opening process of the Etsy shop because he was a little bit more familiar with it. He's my IT guy. He's my personal IT guy. So he's gonna do that, and then I'm gonna come back, like I said, and I'm gonna show you guys all the little details that I put into my personal Tumbler shop. Okay?
Let's get to it.
Oh my God.
First thing we want to do is go to Etsy.com, click on sign in, and then click register. I have it blacked out here, but 3 fields will appear where you put in your email address, your first name, and a password, and then you click register. Once that's done, it'll bring you back. You click sign in, and you sign in with the username and password that you just created. Now that we're signed in, we'll just scroll down to the bottom and click where it says sell on Etsy. On this page, there's some more information about selling on Etsy. You can go through that if you'd like, but we're just going to scroll to the bottom and click open your shop. On this first page, we set our shop preferences. So you set your language, the country, and your shop currency. And then at the bottom, you choose whatever describes you. We're going to select selling as my full-time job, and then click save and continue. On this page, we'll enter our shop name, and the name that we're going with is SOC Glitters, and as you can see there, they don't allow any spaces, so we're going to have to go back and just make that one word. And once we've got our shop name in there, we can click that button to the right that says check availability. And as long as it's available, it will tell you that, and then you can click save and continue, and that'll be your shop name. Now we'll create our first listing for the new shop. So we'll just click on this button that says add listing. It brings you to this page, and this is where we're going to put in pictures, descriptions, and all the details about our item. First thing we'll do in the listing is add some photos. So we click on add photo, browse to where we have our photo saved, select a photo, upload it, and do the same thing over for each photo. Moving on, we're just going to scroll down and start the listing details. First thing is the title, so I'll just put in a title that describes this listing. Next are some questions about your product, like who made it, what is it, and when did you make it. So we'll just select the appropriate items from the drop downs. Next is the category, so I'm just going to type glitter in here, and then it will populate some results underneath, and we're just going to choose glitter in glitter. Then under craft type, we're just going to select collage. That's really the only thing that fits what we're selling here. Scrolling down, we'll just see the rest of our options here. We're not going to choose any primary or secondary color. We're going to leave the renewal options where they're at, automatic renewal. And then I'm going to scroll down and type in the description. I'll speed this up so you don't have to watch me type out this entire thing. Next, we're going to add some tags. These are just search engine operators that help people find your product. So you want to use things that describe what your product consists of, or what it looks like, or the color that you're using. Then we'll add our materials, and we have polyester glitter here, so I'm putting both of those in that field. Continuing to scroll down here, we have our price. We're going to fill in our price and our quantity, however many items we have in the shop. As we scroll further, we get to the last section, which is shipping, and there's a lot here. So first thing you do is you set your shipping price. We're going to do calculated shipping. You could also do a fixed price, but since we're doing calculated, we're going to go ahead and put in our zip code as well. Next on our list is our processing time. Since this product's already made up, we select 1 business day, and then you can take a look at where you want to ship to, and we will ship our glitter worldwide, so we're just going to leave that at the default. Under that, you can select which shipping services you want to use, and we do USPS, and we'll leave that at the default as well. We'll do first class, priority, international, everything. Then you can choose if you want to do free shipping. There's some checkboxes there for free domestic or free international. You can also add a handling fee, but we're not doing any of that, so we're going to move right down to item weight and then the item dimensions. After that, you can scroll down to the bottom, and this is all based off of the info that you put in, your zip code, the weight, and the dimensions, but you can put in any location and see how much your item costs to ship there, and that's what your customers are going to see when they come to your page if you do the calculated shipping. Then we click Save and Continue, and that brings us back to the Stock Your Shop. You can add another listing here, but we're going to keep moving, so we'll just click Save and Continue again. And then that will bring us to the next step with how you'll get paid. So you'll put in your bank account information in there. I'm not going to show that here, but if you notice at the top, it says your account is unconfirmed. They do actually send you an email, and you need to confirm that. I didn't record that part either, but it's pretty simple. There's just a link that you click on, and it brings you right back here. The last step is setting up billing. Now what this is for is so that you can pay your fees. They just want a credit or debit card on file. If you have money in your account from sales, they'll deduct the fees from there. But if you don't have any money, like if you're just getting started out, or if you just got paid and there's some fees, they'll charge your credit card. I think they only do this once a month, so not a big deal there. There's some information on the side there about the fees. There's listing fees, transaction fees, and payment processing fees. If you want to know more information about that, there's a link you can click on, and there's a very detailed page that lays out every fee. Here, I show it here. There's a lot of information there, so if you want to check it out, feel free, but they give you a little description off to the side there on what each fee is. So I'm just going to fill in the credit card information and we'll be all done. The next thing I want to show is how to add a banner to our shop. So I'm logged into Etsy in the shop manager, and then we just click on edit next to the Etsy shop down at the bottom. And then we click at the top. We can add a description there if we want, but I'm going to click on banner and we're going to choose big banner here and click done. The next thing we'll do is just click on add an image, and then we'll browse to where our banner's at. I already made one up earlier, so we'll select our SOC Glitters banner here, and then it will upload our banner. Look at that, it's starting to look like a real Etsy shop now. There's so many more things that you can change in here. And I'm going to turn it over to Sandy now, and she's going to take you into her Tumbler shop and show you what she's done to make her shop look more appealing to her customers.
Okay, hey guys, it's Sandy. Thank you, Jeff, for showing us all that stuff there. I really appreciate it. So we are in my shop here, and I know most of you might have seen my shop, but I'm just going to kind of give you a once over here, kind of just showing it just a little bit. As you guys can see how many sales I've made, you see my banner includes all of my social media. You see that I'm going to be giving you guys just a little snippet of just how my shop looks. Now, Jeff actually did the banners for me. The logo I actually had done by somebody that he works with. So here you can see just kind of what I put in my description. It just it's my turnaround time. It's like a hey, welcome. It's what I include, just something short and sweet, because let's be honest, not everybody reads all this stuff. You just want it to make it look nice and appealing. Now, here are some of my items that I have up tops that I kind of highlighted, and I'll kind of go over that in a minute. And then here are some of my other listings that I have. Now, all of these photos that I took, because photos are very important, that's what draws your customers in. All of these photos I took with my phone, and I actually have a video on that, on how I do it with my phone. It's extremely easy. Now there on the side, I was just kind of showing you guys, you can actually put your tumblers into sections, especially if you're selling more than just tumblers. If you're selling things, other things, you might sew purses or make jewelry and stuff like that. So you can put it all into sections on your shop, so that way your customers can find it easily. So if we keep scrolling to the bottom, then all your customers can see all the reviews that you have gotten, which reviews are extremely important for anybody's shop, because that's what a customer is going to be looking at. They're going to feel more comfortable to purchase from somebody that has more reviews. And as time goes on, you will get those reviews. This took me a long time to get all the reviews that I have. And down here, I have some things that are highlighted as well, which you can do through your app on Etsy. And I actually need to come through and update this stuff because I don't sell Arctic anymore. But these were just little snippets of my shop. And then I did just a little, thing about myself here. I talked about myself, which you guys can talk about yourself. Just kind of say why you do this and things like that. And then down here you can have your shop members, which is just me and my husband. And you can also attach your links here. As you can see there, I did Facebook, Instagram, and then I have, I believe, my YouTube channel there that people can click on. So down here, they can also see payment options and shipping and your returns and exchanges. Now you can choose what kind of returns and exchanges you can do in your settings option on Etsy. Now, I always do cater to my customers. If they come to me with an issue, I will remake a tumbler if I have to. So, it's completely up to you guys on what you want to do as far as that goes. So let's come up here to Shop Manager real quick. From my Shop Manager, I'm going to go over here to Listings, and then I'm going to kind of just go over with you guys some of the things I put into my listings to kind of make my shop a little bit more seen. So I'm just going to go through my list, and I'm actually just going to choose the first one at the very top here, which happens to be my castle tumbler. And as you can see, all my photos, I kind of compiled my photos into things I've done over the years because I've sold a lot of these tumblers. So I just make sure that I put, a visual representation of what the customer can do as far as monograms or quotes. They can choose whatever they'd like. And also in all of my listings, all I do is put a picture of the tumblers that I have available. Now I only do the regular, these are the only tumblers that I choose. And over the years I've learned this is all people buy. Customers like regular curve, customers like skinnies, customers love wine glasses. And so that's all I sell in my shop. And here I'm just going to kind of go through, photos that I've done, like I said, just to give them a visual. Now, I don't have a video added here, but I will go back through and I will show you guys a video that I've done on one of my recent listings. As far as your title goes, you want to make sure that it does represent the item that you are selling. And I also try to include skinny, regular, it comes with a lid and straw. So in case somebody is searching for that, it'll kind of come up in their search engine when they are doing that. As far as category goes, I choose tumblers, and then that will go into home and living, kitchen and dining, drinkware and barware, there we go, and tumblers and water glasses. Now capacity, I offer more than one, so I'm going to click on that and I'll show you guys that down below. This is a metal product, so I'm going to click that. Now, as far as color goes, I don't know why I chose white, because I offer more, well, maybe because the main base is white, but I do offer more colors than that. So now here you can choose a secondary color, which I don't do, and I do personalize, so I clicked yes. And then as far as occasion goes, you can choose whatever you'd like, whatever your tumblers are that you're selling. Make sure you put it under that category so people can find it easily. And then you can also choose any type of holiday, which this doesn't follow under any type of holiday, so I'm not going to choose a holiday for it. But some people do during Christmas. They make sure that they come through and they actually choose the Christmas under holiday, so maybe it might pop up more in those searches for people. As far as descriptions go, I use the same description over and over. I just make sure I fill in with the front half what the tumbler is and the colors that it may be. But other than that, I just type up a very short, very sweet description, because like I said, not everybody reads that. Let's be honest. So I just copy and paste that onto every listing that I do. And again, just make sure that it represents the actual tumbler that you are selling. So from there, like I said, if you guys sell other things other than tumblers, you can add it into this section here, which I don't do sections anymore. I have my glitter shop on a separate page and then my tumblers here. I don't really do too much else. Now we are going to move on to tags, which are extremely important. This is what people will type into that bar at the top to search for items that they would like on Etsy. So this might be a gift. This might be a present, like I said, for Christmas. This might be for Mother's Day. This might be for a birthday. So you want to think about those things. You want to put cup, glass, things that they might not put tumbler. So you want to make sure that you add all those descriptions that people might put into that bar above to make sure that your item pops up whenever they search for it. I also add things like Christmas or, like I said, Mother's Day, whenever those times come about, so that way it pops up even more in those search engines when customers are searching for things. And then down here, I just put that it's made out of stainless steel, glitter, epoxy. Now, with quantity, like myself, and I'm sure like most of you, it's just yourself, so don't overwhelm yourself. Don't put too much of quantity in there. If you put 100 things in there and then you sell 50, you want to make sure that you're prepared for that. So I only put 10 to 20 things at a time when it comes to quantity. So down here we come to variations, and this is all the different styles that you might have in your shop. So I'm going to come up and I'm just going to show you guys real quick. My prices vary for capacity, and I offer a 12, a 15, 20, 30, and 40. And those come in a regular curve, kid coffee, which is the 12 ounce, and the skinny and wine. So that's what I offer in my shop. So that's what I put there in the variations. Now, if you offer different colors down in the styles, you want to put all the colors that you have. So I have silver regular, pink regular, purple regular. So you just want to kind of go from there as far as the styles and colors go. From there, you want to think about your pricing. I include the pricing of the cup, then I add $5 more for personalization because personalization is included, and then I add $10 more for shipping because my shipping is quote unquote free. So you want to make sure that you guys add all that stuff in, and as you can see here, these are my prices for these particular items. Now, I didn't always start out with these prices. As time went on and more people were buying my items, I slowly progressed into the price range that I am now. You know, if you're just starting out and you want to try to build up your shop, you can go a little bit lower than your competitors. You know, just keep in mind that you're not going to make as much. But like I said, as time goes on, you build yourself up and then you start to make that money. So we move on down here to personalization. Like I said, I just copy and paste the same thing repeatedly on my listings, which makes it so much more easier. And I kind of go over monograms because not a lot of people get monograms. I've actually had customers who have been like, I thought you knew to switch it. I didn't know that the last name needed to be in the middle. So I tried to make sure that I make it as simple as possible for my customers when they are ready to do their purchases. So now we are going to move down here to shipping, which I offer free shipping. Like I said, I give myself $10 more for shipping. The price of shipping honestly ranges between $7 if they're 1 day away, which I mean is very rare, to $10, which is like across the country. I live in Florida, so like California, Wyoming, stuff like that costs about $10. So that's why I chose $10 as my buffer. And this is how I do my listings. I really hope this helped you guys out a lot. And I'm going to flip back over and I'm going to kind of show you a couple more things real quick. So I'm back over in my shop manager and I picked a tumbler that I recently did. And I'm going to show you guys how the videos work real quick. Now, this is so awesome for customers to see because they can actually see the item, which will produce even more sales on your tumblers, which I thought that was a really cool new feature that they offer now. And I just kind of wanted to show you guys that real quick. Now, as you see, that was a Halloween tumbler, so I actually chose Halloween as the holiday, and that's how that works. Now I'm going to hop back over to my main shop here. I'm just going to show you guys one more time that you guys can design your shop any way that you please. You can edit your queue here at the top if you choose to do that. So I'm just going to change my layout so that way, you can highlight those holiday tumblers or whatever you have that you want to highlight. You can choose a standard grid or a mixed grid. I do pay extra. I do actually pay the $10 a month to do these bigger, bolder listings at the top here. And you actually do get free listings when you do that. And you actually also get free advertisement, which, it is very helpful, especially if you're just starting out. Advertising is extremely helpful. Now, I was off for 3 weeks, and so I went ahead and I turned on my advertising for most of my items, which again is just to kind of boost the algorithm of my shop, which is completely up to you guys. You don't have to do that, but it really does help out with boosting your shop and getting it seen more. Typically, I don't do the advertising, but I'm just going to do it for about a week and then I'm going to turn it off.
Not so bad, right? Now, the success of your business solely depends on you. This is your business. This isn't Etsy's business. This isn't anybody else's business. This is your thing. However far you want to take your business is completely up to you. You can't just automatically assume that once you put your stuff out there that you're going to make those sales. It doesn't really work like that. You have to continue to push yourself, draw your customers in, make sure you have beautiful photos, make sure that you're just you know, don't push it too much. You don't want to be like a car salesman out there like, hey, but just push it enough to where you draw attention to yourself and get those customers to come to you. And once you start getting those reviews in is when your business will start to continue to grow. Those reviews mean a lot. And it'll continue to just, it'll have customers come in, okay? And they'll see that you have those reviews, and you know, and it'll make people feel more comfortable purchasing from you. So be realistic with your turnaround times, be realistic with your photos. You know, make sure that you have items in your shop that you know you can mass produce if you have to. Making sure that you have a budget and you stick with your budget, because you're trying to earn a little extra cash here. This might just be a little, you know, side thing for you, but if you're trying to turn it into something more than that, where you can stay home and you can actually run this business 24/7, you have to set that budget. You have to be realistic with your numbers. You know, take your tumblers and figure out how much it costs to make, and then, you know, anything after that is yours in your pocket. So you just have to constantly be thinking of that, constantly have that frame of mind of, this is my business and I'm going to succeed. Another thing that helps is being on different social media platforms, being on Facebook, Instagram, wherever it may be, and having that place where people can go, where, you know, if you have friends that can bring their friends in, if you're just, you know, starting out. And it took me a long time to build up what I have, because I didn't really push myself, you know, but I still had that place where people could come to as I progressed. And it took, you know, I've been doing this for over 2 years now, and the numbers that you see on my Facebook and all that, it took time to build that up. So don't get scared or worried like, oh, I'm not doing good. We all have those days. It's gonna work out. Just keep pushing forward, and those numbers will continue to grow. Now, there are some very lucky people out there that already have a huge presence, and you know, that's how they are. They're very social people. So they're out there, they already have all those friendships, those connections. And for people like me, you know, like I said, I'm kind of a shy person. I never really put myself out there. So coming from my background and not having a lot of that already to build up to where I am now, I'm very proud of the numbers that I have everywhere, seeing as I already, you know, I didn't have a presence to begin with. So, you know, like I said, if my social anxiety can do this, I know that you guys can do this too. Is it going to be easy? No. Especially, you know, if you don't have a big social background like myself, it's going to be hard. But you know what? That keeps us more humbled. That keeps us more in tune with our customers, seeing as they came to us and they wanted our products. That's going to keep us being so much more thankful for every sale that we make, because, you know, we're working hard. We're building a little bit harder than the other person, because we already don't have that background. Whether you're a mom with kids, whether you're a dad, whether you're a grandma, whether you're a grandpa, whoever you are out there, I wish you so much success. And I'm here for you. If you have questions, I'm here. You say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say good luck. Take luck.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.